For over 2 decades, the grimy streets of Gotham has been haunted by Mark Hamill, whose voice brought a twisted, cackling menace to life in a way that left us all simultaneously terrified and captivated.
That's my cue.
Hamill never expected to be the definitive version of Joker for a lot of people. After soaring through the galaxy as Luke Skywalker, Mark Hamill found himself in a bit of a role-finding slump. So when the chance to audition for the Joker in the Batman animated series came up, he didn't think much of it. After all, who could cast the Jedi Knight as Gotham's most notorious villain? But instead of shying away, Hamill decided to take a wild swing at it.
Now hold on to your hat and watch those valuables. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
Inspired by the whimsical world of the Beatles' Yellow Submarine, Hamill added a dash of childlike wonder, a pinch of madness, and a whole lot of unpredictability to his Joker audition. What happened next is nothing short of magic. The producers were blown away, and Hamill had nailed the Joker's chaotic energy, and more importantly, the infamous, spine-chilling laugh.
Is that too long?
Hamill's Joker wasn't just good, it was groundbreaking. His performance brought a new level of depth and complexion to the animated villain, earning praise for capturing the twisted psychology of the character. He made us laugh, he made us cry, and occasionally he made us say, "What the f***?" But as with any great joke, it must end with a punchline. And a punchline it was. Hamill went on record stating that there is no Mark Hamill Joker without a Kevin Conroy Batman. They started this together and they are ending it together. But you can't just have a purple suit lying around and not have someone wear it. What are you, a caveman? There have been many Joker voice actors over the years, but which voice actor has the wit, the moxie, and the madness to be the best crown prince of crime, and which are worse than a botched lobotomy? Anyone can wear a suit and dye their hair green, but the best Joker must have 3 things: chaotic energy, and then a nuanced performance, and of course, the laugh. You can't even walk in the building without a good Joker laugh. If your Joker laugh is not up to par, you suck and I hate you. A friendly reminder, this is just my opinions, and if I missed your favorite Joker, please leave a comment below. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit that subscribe button. If this video hits 5K likes, I'll dye my hair green. And I'm not talking about my avatar, I'm talking about this guy. Now, without further ado, let's dive on into the best and worst Joker voice actors. Some love to my boy John DiMaggio, the underdog with a Joker performance that's seriously slept on. This guy is known for voicing lovable jerks like Jake the dog from Adventure Time and Bender from Futurama, so naturally he slides right into playing pop culture's most lovable villain with ease.
Forehand or backhand?
Just look how lovable he is. The chaotic energy of John DiMaggio's Joker is a whole different breed. While most Joker go from the chaotic showman vibe, balancing fear and fun like some twisted carnival act, DiMaggio flips the script in Under the Red Hood and Death in the Family. His Joker, he's got his fun, but it's all through fear. He still looks like a clown, but he is far from silly. But he ditches that over-the-top antics for a full-on, unhinged psychopath territory. Don't get me wrong, he still cracks jokes, but they're for his own sick amusement. And the jokes he throws, they hit as hard as the crowbar used on Jason Todd.
I'm sorry, could you hold on? I was just in the middle of setting fire to your gang.
Even though he dials back the theatrics a bit, DiMaggio's Joker is still a wild card. Anytime he's on screen, there's this tension, like the air's about to explode. Unpredictable, dangerous, utterly captivating.
You gonna do it this time? Or you're just gonna put me in another body cast for 6 months?
What makes him truly terrifying is how layered DiMaggio's Joker is. One minute he's a mastermind, the next he's full-blown crazy. It's so seamless that even the writers and actors must be wondering what this guy's gonna do next. He's got the same eerie unpredictability as Heath Ledger's Joker, not just in his looks, but all those tiny, unsettling details. Even when he's staring down the barrel of a gun, he doesn't flinch. If that's not peak Joker, I don't know what is. I think the one thing that DiMaggio takes out of Mark Hamill's playbook is his philosophy on how to discover the voice of the Joker. It's about capturing the chaos. In an interview with CRB, DiMaggio said, to do the laugh correctly, you have to be on the right state of mind and really understand where the Joker is in the story to provoke the laugh. The Joker laugh isn't just a punchline, it's a window into his twisted soul. Each laugh shows a different side of the Joker, and no two laughs are ever the same. DiMaggio nails it saying that the laugh is organic, it's connected to the chaotic, evil nature of the character. It really isn't something that's easy to duplicate, so you have to really be there. My Joker laugh comes from somewhere within. His laugh is not just a sound, it's an emotion. It starts slow, it builds up, and leaves you on the edge, chilling and mesmerizing all at once. I just had to kick this video off with John DiMaggio because his Joker is pure legend. And the best part, he proves that you don't have to be a Mark Hamill clone to deliver a killer Joker performance. Sure, his voice might not fit every Joker out there, but when it does, oh man, it's GOAT level stuff. Seriously, how has he only played the Clown Prince of Crime in Death of the Family / The Red Hood? How do we not have more John DiMaggio Joker?
Nothing can stop the Joker.
Kevin Pollak is the worst Joker. I know we got 3 more worst Jokers coming up, but I gotta give credit where credit is due. Kevin Pollak voiced the Joker in the Injustice animated movie. Just to make sure it's clear, it's the animated movie, not the game. Richard Epcar did the game, and that dude's cool.
Oh no. This time, the joke's on you, and the world will burn.
Given that Pollak is known for his impressions, it's puzzling that why he didn't choose to mimic one of the well-known Joker voice actors, instead of opting for a Bill Skarsgård vibe. After all, it takes place in the Injustice universe, where Superman kills children, Wonder Woman is a fascist, and Green Lantern likes to drink piss. What? I actually love Joker's scheme in the story to get Superman to turn heel by tricking him to killing Lois Lane and his unborn child. Honestly, it's a fucking sick Joker scheme, if only it didn't get ruined by such a dull vocal performance. Pollak's Joker isn't silly, he's more sinister than anything. But just like an emo middle schooler, he's just trying way too hard, which ends up making himself more silly. It's the silly paradox, if you will. His voice lacked depth and psychological complexity that made the Joker such a fascinating villain. It was more like he was reading from a script rather than embodying a maniacal genius. At times it felt like Pollak was holding back.
Good guys are coming and they tend to get punchy.
As if he wasn't fully committed into diving into the Joker's deranged mind. Which is crazy because he's doing an It impression, but you gotta commit the same level as you would for the Joker. Bill Skarsgård doesn't half-ass It, and neither should you. I hate his laugh. He skips all the steps. Well, just 3 little chuckles, then the big laugh. Pollak really said, I get to play one of the history's greatest villains, and I'm gonna rush through it. Fucking trash. Kevin Pollak's Joker is the worst. It doesn't highlight the fun parts of the character and misses the landing on other parts. He doesn't do anything new and straight up embodies a different character at times. Troy Baker is the current hot boy of voice acting. He's not just stepping into the Clown Prince of Crime's oversized shoe. He snatched that title from the cold, lifeless hands of Mark Hamill. Okay, maybe that's just a bit dramatic, but seriously, this guy is so good that sometimes I forget he's not Mark Hamill. Baker's Joker is no mere shadow. He's a force of nature in his own right.
Nancy, hold all my calls. I have to terminate someone.
Troy Baker doesn't just voice the Joker, he unleashes him. His Joker is like a tornado of chaos, unpredictable, thrilling, and utterly captivating. In Baker's own words, the Joker is that untamable character. You can't just put him in a box, and even if you do, you'll find a way to blow that shit up. And boy, does Baker capture that anarchic spirit. Every line he delivers teeters on the edge of insanity, with a method to the madness that's both terrifying and magnetic. Being compared to Mark Hamill is being compared to a legend, both a blessing and a curse, especially in an Arkham game.
This should be interesting.
Arkham Origins is the only game in the series not to feature the original dynamic duo, which puts Baker in the crosshairs of criticism. Fans expected him to replicate Hamill's magic, leaving little room for his own interpretation. But Baker didn't just mimic, he reinvented. His Joker isn't just a maniacal clown, he's a tragic broken man who reveals his own madness. That nuance sets Baker apart. As he once said, it's about finding the balance between being terrifying and strangely empathetic. You have to make people understand why he's doing the things he's doing, even if they can't condone it. Baker finds that balance with chilling precision. Now, I used to think that DiMaggio had the best Joker laugh, until I saw this video. Watching Baker transform into the Joker right before our eyes is mesmerizing. His laugh isn't just sinister, it's a symphony of insanity. It creeps under your skin, wraps around your spine, and stays with you long after the scene ends. Baker's laugh may nod to Mark Hamill's iconic cackle, but it's got its own twisted flair, making it uniquely his. As he once said, the laugh is just a fingerprint for the Joker. You have to make it your own, but it has to feel right. Troy Baker is the front runner for the best Joker for a reason. He's got the whole package: chaotic energy, a deeply nuanced performance, and a maddening laugh. Whether or not Baker becomes a definitive Joker for the next generation, one thing's for sure: he's already left an incredible mark on Gotham's greatest villain. And if Joker's about anything, it's about leaving marks. Preferably a permanent one.
How about this one? Nothing can stop the Joker.
Some of you will get mad at me for saying this, but Zach Galifianakis is a bad Joker voice actor. Don't get it twisted, I'm a huge Between the Two Ferns fan, but Zack Attack is more like your annoying coworker than the Crown Prince of Crime. Which is funny, because I was actually more skeptical about Will Arnett playing Batman than I was about Zach Galifianakis playing Joker. But here I am, with my pants pulled down.
And I always come to work with a smile.
I won't lie, the energy is there. I mean, it's kind of hard not to be. It's the wacky world of Lego Batman. And when Zach Galifianakis takes on the role of the Joker, you might expect something wild. After all, the man has a knack for offbeat humor and unpredictable energy. But here, his chaotic energy feels more like someone accidentally dialing into a bad stand-up routine. Instead of invoking terror of a criminal mastermind in a silly and goofy way, it feels like Zach is about to break into a monologue about his personal life.
I think after 78 years, I deserve respect.
That is right. Respect.
Do you realize that you have never once said the words, "I hate you, Joker"?
And that's where the problems lie. The parody of Batman and Joker being in a toxic relationship with Batman being non-committal is hilarious. But whereas Batman gets a character arc, the Joker kind of just waits around until the climax. His jealousy and want for Batman's plot point gets stale quickly, and thus nothing really interesting happens with this performance. Zach Galifianakis is known for his subtle brand of comedy, where a slight change in tone or a well-timed pause can lead to hilarity. Unfortunately, this is the fucking Lego movie, and suddenly doesn't translate well as the dialogue is fast and snappy. Hey, at least this more lighthearted performance might have a really fun Joker laugh. Wait, hold up. Correct me if I'm wrong here, or if I just don't remember the movie well, but I don't think Zach Galifianakis' Joker has a Joker laugh, the full send. I think he just chuckles here and there, but if that's the case...
Know your fucking place, trash.
When I first experienced Michael Emerson's take on the Joker, I straight up hated it. It felt weird, offbeat, and it felt like it didn't belong in the Joker lineup. The guy had zero drip, no riz, and honestly, he looked like someone who'd spike my drink. And that's evil, sure, but not like the fun, zany kind of evil we expect from the Joker, like real evil. But then my adult brain kicked in, and then I realized that this version is actually one of the best evolutions of the Crown Prince of Crime.
So many faces, so few smiles.
Emerson's Joker isn't the kind to come at you with guns blazing. Nah, this guy is like a slow-acting poison. His chaos doesn't shout in your face. It sneaks under your skin and just waits. It builds up pressure over time until you're practically begging for the explosion. And when it finally hits, it's like all hell breaks loose. That's the vibe you get in The Dark Knight Returns. Bottled up, chaotic energy unleashed in one terrifying burst. What really sets Emerson's Joker apart is that he's not immediately the Joker when you first meet him. He starts off just as a sedated psychiatric patient, with the Batman long gone from the scene. And you know what they say, no Batman, no punchline. So this Joker just waits with no real purpose until a mere whisper of Batman's return ignites the Joker's twisted fire. Emerson nails this gradual transformation. His delivery is so restrained, so subtle, that when the Joker finally breaks free is nothing short of terrifying.
Darling.
Emerson's Joker laugh isn't as loud as Mark Hamill's, but it's no less effective. It's more like a chilling chuckle, something that creeps up on you rather than hit you over the head. Emerson himself said, "I wanted the laugh to feel like it was coming from a place of deep darkness, almost as if the laughing at his own inner void." And that's exactly how it feels, a hollow, haunting echo from the abyss. It's not just a laugh, it's a promise of chaos to come. Man, I fucking feel like Edgar Allan Poe in this section. Emerson's Joker may not be the loudest or the flashiest, but he's hands down one of the most disturbing. He's a cerebral terror, a ticking time bomb, where the scariest part is the agonizing wait for the inevitable explosion. Emerson proves that the Joker doesn't need to scream to make an impact. Sometimes, the scariest things are just whispered.
Nothing can stop the Joker.
If you're a Spiner head, come get your boy, because Brent Spiner had not one, but 2 shots at bringing the Joker to life in Young Justice. Well, let's just say it didn't hit the mark either time. Nah, it's not entirely his fault. The showrunners seemed a bit lost with the take on the Crown Prince of Crime. They trapped him in this bizarre no man's land between Heath Ledger's dark intensity and somehow the Beatles.
Mayhem to bring you this important announcement.
Season 1 Joker is a wannabe Heath Ledger, trying to find a way to be edgy and make you think about society and shit. Even back then, it was cringy. Then season 4 rolls around and you think, well, they can't make it worse, right? Oh, but they do.
Whatever grows on grapevines. I'm not a horticulturist, you know. Just a simple, fun-loving fiend.
Look, the Joker isn't exactly a major player in Young Justice. With a massive cast of like 100 plus characters, it's understandable that he wouldn't be the most developed. But man, it really felt like we're just ticking off some checkboxes. Season 1 Joker cashed in on the Heath Ledger craze. When fans didn't vibe with it, they course corrected straight into the most generic version of the character imaginable. The result? A performance that feels soulless. Now, oddly enough, the laugh isn't half bad. Spiner does commit to it, and that's the first step in naming the Joker's signature cackle. There's even some nice build-up to it. Credit where credit's due. Brent Spiner's Joker feels like a product of budgetary constraint. In a show with this many characters, the voice acting budget only stretches so far. Dropping a ton of cash on a top-tier voice actor for a minor role wouldn't be the wisest move. And so we end up with guys like Brent Spiner stepping into the clown's shoes. It's not terrible, it's just far from iconic. A lot of people were upset at me that Rino Romano didn't make it into my best Batman voice actors video. I'll admit, the Batman from 2008 is severely underrated, so I won't make that mistake again, because Kevin Michael Richardson is like a Ferrero Rocher. You know those little spherical hazelnut candies? His voice is like smooth hazelnut spread, but has a crunch that will knock you in the teeth. Richardson is known for his deep and booming voice, which often doesn't fit the role of the Joker, but the direction the Batman goes with the Joker is just fascinating.
What rational being dresses like you? Speaking of threads, think this is a good look for me?
I love that in this Batman universe, the Joker is not just a clown. He's the whole fucking circus. From the get-go, Richardson brings so much fun to the role. This version of the Joker is vastly different from what we typically see, as he's more of a brawler than a schemer, as he's jumping around, doing flips, all while telling bad jokes, which is a real treat to see shake up like the dynamic between Joker and Batman.
Funny, Batman! You're quick with the punchline!
But don't get it twisted. With all of the silly fun this Joker brings, Richardson adds a layer to this Joker, showcasing a range of motion from gleeful intensity to cold-blooded menace. It's like watching a master painter using broad strokes to create an image, only to realize that every stroke is filled with intricate detail. His voice can shift from a menacing growl to a deceptively smooth purr, making you question whether you're dealing with a madman or a genius.
If Gotham belongs to Joker, the dull face of tragedy must become the rubber face of comedy.
Richardson doesn't do the long-winded, crazy laugh too often, and when he does, it occasionally falls flat. Richardson actually makes up for this weak point with these little micro laughs, which can only be described as goblin mode. Kevin Michael Richardson's Joker is a heavy hitter of the bunch, a deep voice menace who can switch between charming and terrifying with a sinister flick of the vocal cords. While others may bring a higher pitch and a more flamboyant energy to the role, Richardson grounds his Joker in a sense of real, tangible danger. And just like a Ferrero Rocher, it's good all year round.
Nothing can stop the Joker.
Normally, I don't get too caught up judging a character's appearance, but holy shit, Alan Ella's Joker in Batman Dark Tomorrow is just straight up made in a nightmare factory. I mean, seriously, the way this guy moves is like watching a horror show in like ×2 speed. And those cheekbones, jeez. They got him looking like Spider-S from Miss Spider's Sunny Patch Friends. But maybe the vocal performance can save this train wreck?
Hello, darling. So glad you could make it. Where have you been all my life?
Oh, look, I'll give him this. He's got that chaotic energy, but not in a let's put on a show kind of way. Look, he's got that chaotic energy, but not in that fun, let's kind of put on a show kind of way. No. I'm standing at the foot of your bed while you sleep. He's unsettling. Okay, I'll be fair. While I'm not the biggest fan of his voice, I do appreciate the little detail Enlo brings to the table. A silly Joker can be a great contrast to a serious Batman, and these goofy sound effects he throws in, they just add to the fun layer. I'll give him that. But don't get too comfy, because the laugh... Oh, it sends the plane crashing straight into the mountain. I mean, what even is that? It's like Gabriel Iglesias doing his girl laugh. And now that I made that connection, I cannot unhear it. In the end, this is just a forgettable Joker from an equally forgettable game. And that sucks really hard because the Joker is not a forgettable character, so it's just doing such a disservice to him. It's not the absolute worst, but I just hate him. I hate this Joker. He just gives me the ick. Well, there you have it. That was my list of the best and worst Jokers. And there's tons more voice actors out there for the Joker, but these 8 stood out to me the most. After writing this video, I realized the most important trait to have in a Joker performance is just being able to commit. The Joker isn't a character to half-ass. That's what separates the Mark Hamills and Kevin Pollaks. Look, you're learning life lessons on this channel. And if you enjoyed your lesson and want to support the channel, please subscribe and like. And comment below, who's your favorite Joker voice actor? That's not Mark Hamill. Until next time, fair winds and safe travel, mates.
Your lies are over, babe.